want to do like a mini vlog. I'm thinking more like weekly. I want to call it Making the Donuts. Hey, Brett.
So what we did today while the big boss man was gone, we just kind of, hung out and talked about some insurance-y things and, just kind of hung out.
And I was 21 years old and probably looked like I was 12. And so I made sure to be over prepared for each appointment. I knew the spouse's name. I knew their dates of birth. I knew what products they needed. If they asked this question, I would do this and da-da-da-da-da. So I've always, people have asked me like, do you ever feel like your age is a disadvantage? I'm like, no. Like I've literally never felt one time in my career that somebody didn't buy from me because of my age. And it was because I knew my stuff. You know what I mean? I was over prepared, but then also I loved the fact of being a business professional as I pull on my lapels, right? I liked that. And so I kind of let the love for what I was doing overshadow a little bit kind of some of the fear. So the bottom line is you just got to get over it. And one of my mentors at the time who was big on cold calling on the phones was like, look, they're not going to kill you. Like nobody's going to jump through the phone and kill you.
Yeah.
So you're okay, And he kind of taught me just to have fun with it. And what I would do, and I still do this to this day sometimes, and I don't make many cold calls anymore, but if I'm on a sales call and the person hangs up on me, I'll say, all right then, good to talk to you too. Or I'll hang up or something like, like reference, like
make a joke of it or something.
But stay in the sales voice and everybody around you thinks it's hilarious and it becomes like this game, When you advertise or brand or market or whatever you want to call it, I've always said, tell your customer what you want them to do. People try to get really cutesy, and there's a lot of cases where I think that might work. If you're a company like Apple and everybody knows what you're about, but to get a quote, click here, call here. That's why I like Insurance for Texans. It's very clear who you're going after, what you sell. It's very much super simple, super basic, but it's an action, I wanted to do a video talking about how thankful I am for everybody involved in Portal and just the process of everything we're doing. And so, I'm thankful, first and foremost for my wife. She pushes me to be better, and she pushes me to do things that I myself may not feel comfortable doing, that end up catapulting us to success. I'm thankful for my daughter. She's always so positive. If I could take her positivity and just inject it into people's lives, I think it would change the world. I'm thankful for Natasha. She's so relentless in advocating for our clients. It is insane how good of a job she does for them. I'm thankful for Kenneth. Kenneth's attention to detail is phenomenal. I'm thankful for Leith. Leith is so good at not dropping balls. He is perfect for what he's doing now. His education is phenomenal, and he's a huge asset at Portal. I'm thankful for Grant and how he's able to churn videos out over and over and over and over, and he gets exactly what we're wanting to do with our content. I'm thankful for Jessa. Jessa is by far one of the hardest workers I've ever met. I'm thankful for Christine. Christine is one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life, and I'm thankful for Ira. She may be the only person that can beat Grant in editing time. She is phenomenal, but I'm thankful for this office. Look at this office. This is the new location for Portal Insurance, in case you didn't realize that on a previous episode of Making the Donuts. I'm so thankful for this office. I cannot wait to see what we do 2021 and beyond. Thanks. Instagram. That is why I only use 2-ply toilet paper. Biggest mistake people who get engagement make is they don't engage back. Okay, it used to piss me off so much when I was a young kid, just getting started, kind of marketing, social media and all that, and I was trying like hell. Every single post I posted got 3 engagements, my mom, my grandmother, and my dad. And I would see a local AC company post something stupid and get 80 comments and they didn't reply to any of them. That's the rudest thing you can do, is somebody engage with your post and you don't even acknowledge their comment. Even the spam comments, I'll send a little emoji or I'll be like, nah, I'm good. If you're getting engagement on your posts, or if somebody shares your post and you don't reply, hey, thanks for the share, okay? You are telling that Facebook algorithm or that YouTube algorithm or whatever that you don't want engagement. So what's the algorithm gonna do? Remember earlier I said what you put into the platform is what you get out? You're telling that platform, I don't want engagement, therefore they're gonna show your content to more people who ain't gonna engage with you. So even the stupid comments, even the things that you really like, I don't even know how to reply to this is weird, like, still reply. Like my wife will get stuff where people are like borderline like flirting and I'm like, reply, like just say thanks for the comment, you know? Even the haters. It's been a while since I got somebody really hating on me, but the last time I was like, hey man, thanks for increasing my reach, really appreciate it. So the Facebook algorithm and the Instagram algorithm and the LinkedIn algorithm is gonna show stuff to people that need to see it. If you're putting out property content, property investor content over and over and over, and then you put out something in a completely different vertical, it doesn't mean that some of those people aren't going to see it because they're interacting with you, but the algorithm's going to show it to who it needs to be shown to. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one reason why I think people don't need to overthink it as well. You know, I put out a lot of content geared towards insurance agents. I put out some stuff geared towards my clients too, and I trust that the algorithms are going to reach the proper audience. That being said, if you're still super worried about it, you could always go super targeted with it. Where, hey, this is this content, because this is a vertical that's completely different that we're going into, and I don't want it to confuse my current prospects or clients. We're only going to do a paid ad, and this is actually only going to show on the feeds of people that I want it to show to. So one thing we talk about a lot, I was actually talking to a buddy of mine yesterday about this, is just because people aren't liking your post or engaging in your post, which you want them to do, but just because they're not giving you the old like doesn't mean that they're not seeing your posts. And this buddy was talking about how he'd get to the grocery store and somebody would say, hey, I liked your post the other day, and he looks and they didn't even engage with it. So don't get discouraged when you don't see 800 likes on something. This is a post that Grant made about water backup coverage that as of this moment has 3 likes. And that was a phone call that I took where somebody that I know that's not a customer was asking about water backup coverage. The post has 3 likes and she's not one of them.
So I know all of that was probably, different. What else have you learned? Oh, it's been 3 or 4 years now since you've started your agency?
4 years.
4.
We just hit year 4, finished year 4 and got that behind us. But yeah, so we have gone through a lot in those 4 years, and every year has presented a new challenge, and you just have to be willing to admit whenever something doesn't work and change it. And this year it looks like the newest challenge is going to be figuring out how to have a newborn with an agency.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you serious? Is this happening on the podcast? Damn.
So
Guys.
You had good news about the weather, and
wow.
We came on the podcast to tell you that good news.
Wow.
Put you on the spot.
Man, that is freaking awesome. Congratulations, guys. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I'm blown away. I'm very rarely is Scott Howell speechless. I am speechless right now. So let's get into that for a second.
You're gonna have to do it again. Open up. That was a bad idea. No, that's not our fault. Oh. Not a sponsor. Trying to say not a sponsor.
to the dome ski. Easy.
I think Facebook can work without networking. Let's just take Facebook and networking.
Sure.
I think Facebook can work without networking. I think networking can work without Facebook. But I think it's when you marry those two together, that's when it's really killer, because you go to the networking event and they're like, oh, I've seen you online. Or you go and you do a Facebook ad or a Facebook post and they recognize the post because they saw you at the event. Or you take the daggum, email list from the event and you target those. I think marrying those two together, take out Facebook, insert blank, like whatever you want to do. I think people always, and Scott probably gets this too, and I'm sure CJ does as well, and you do too, like agents will reach out to us and I can tell they're looking for that one little silver bullet. They're looking for that one thing that makes you successful, or what they consider successful. And it's not that. It's a lot of little bitty things, because probably if you just did networking, yeah, you'd do okay, but marrying it with these other things are really, really good. When it comes to me with a marketing idea or something of that nature, even if I think it's the dumbest thing in the world, I'm not going to tell them that. I'm going to help empower them to pursue that idea.